Alright. So the first part of this video is just to, I don't know, I guess you can call it, to try to inspire people. And yes, that is me. That's what I look like in the morning. Wow. But so this isn't my first do-it-yourself project, you know, the beach wheelchair, but had a few here and there just whenever needs came up, you know. We all know how that goes. But yeah, I know if you see my grass, it needs to be cut, but the rain is never ending. But so one of the first projects I ever did, and this was probably when Gabe was in his ballpark of 1 or 2 years old, was, you know, we had a radio flyer, and yes, this radio flyer has seen much better days. It's still fully functional, believe it or not, but it just kind of got left out in the weather. It's like, oops. But if you look and you see the pedal, that is not the pedal that comes with a radio flyer, as many of you probably know. So what happened was that little red pedal that you see in between, or maybe you can see it, you know, it didn't come with straps or anything else or whatever. Now thankfully the radio flyer does have straps, so they were thinking when they made that. It actually even came with this whole thing right here, so that was cool. But you know, for Gabe and his situation with spina bifida, his feet, you know, as parents know with spina bifida, they don't stay on the pedal, or it just doesn't work. So this was probably the cheapest project I've ever done, but I had 2 pieces of wood sitting around the house, so I made them about the length of his feet, which actually I made them longer so he can grow into them. And this was slightly harder, but I took a piece of PVC pipe, I'm pretty sure that's a 2-inch pipe, and I basically I cut it in half with a Dremel. As you can see, my awesome Dremel skills of a jagged, not so straight line. But anyway, it did the trick, and then on the bottom side, you might not be able to see this, but I stapled these Velcro strips to the bottom of this wood. So when I did that, that allowed us to strap his feet into it. And I did 2 straps, because if you only have 1 strap, the feet can still come out. So 1 strap was for the back of the foot, you know, right by the heel, right here, and then the other one was for the front of the foot, and that does a really, really good job. And then the PVC pipe literally just keeps the foot there. And obviously, like I said, this was just kind of a life hack, whatever you want to call it, where I just screwed that into the bottom of the wood, and then to kind of be a little fancy, what they call countersinked, you know, the bolts. Well, I used a little a wood blade and drilled just below the surface so the bolt wouldn't stick out, because it's kind of hard to put your foot down when there's bolts there. But and those go all the way through around the pedal and onto the back with the little simple twist nuts there that you can see. But you know, I'm showing you this because sometimes it doesn't have to be the fanciest thing in the world that makes it work for your child. And you know, we all want our kids to have, you know, freedom in life. And I don't know, that, you know, they use the word inclusion, but to me that's just, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of the word, even though I know what it means. But so you know, we make stuff like, you know, the parts to the beach wheelchair, which I am going to make a video to how to start making this. But kind of new to the whole video process, so I'm kind of getting my bearings straight. As you can see, I'm actually cheating by looking at what I'm looking at. But anyway, so yeah, so it just, you know, just be inspired. You know, don't don't let life get you down. You know, when it feels good out here. As you can tell, there's a storm looming in the background, which is kind of ironic for this video, because you know, a lot of us parents that you know, you find out that you're having a kid and you're like, wow, you know, life is awesome and woohoo, and you know, you're expecting that fairy tale, you know, pregnancy where everything goes perfect. You go to the hospital, you say, oh, all right, we did all this, and all right, we're gonna get to go home the first day, and blah blah blah, or a few days after, whatever. And for us, it was pretty much nowhere in that ballpark. And we actually found out late. We found out, I don't know, it was maybe third trimester or something. I don't know, I'm not good with the trimester stuff, but my wife is probably gonna kill me for even talking about this stuff. But we found out that we had spina bifida, which was a hard day. And I've never even heard of the word until that day. But so yeah, we found that out, and then we just, I don't know, it was one of those things where thankfully I have a very strong wife, very strong-willed, and I'm pretty strong, but I tend to hold my feelings back, and she doesn't. So we both hold each other up, I guess you can say that. But the good thing is that even through all the turmoil and the NICU for, I don't know, maybe a month right after he was born, because of the whole, they had to close the backup and all that stuff. But and you can look at, I think it's Gabriel's journey page, where it pretty much shows you from day one, I think. But and we're willing to answer questions if you really do have if you're a parent that just found out that your child has spina bifida, we're here to help. That's why I'm actually making this video. But and forgive the awesome video skills. I'm holding a tripod in my right hand right now. So but anyway, so yeah, making the video just because I don't know, I don't want you to just think, well, I guess we'll just have to wait 1 year or 1 day when we can afford this, or when somebody says, hey, you're next in line, or something like that. Oh, and a big, huge, gigantic shout out. And I'm not going to probably catch everybody, but, well, first to our family. It's, we've been really blessed and have just awesome parents and grandparents and all that stuff. And, they've been through it all, and they've always offered to help. And even when I did this project, I got emails from sisters, from brother-in-laws, from pop-pops, saying, hey, don't do this, we'll make it. But yeah, it's good to have a strong core of help. And the funny thing was whenever after he was born and we were going to therapy sessions, we met Steve Wynn, which probably a lot of that are going to watch this video, but he's a really big help. Him and his mom, Miss Twee, and just their whole family. They're very, very loving, but and very, very willing to help with answers and everything else. But and yeah, if I do get teary-eyed, it's because real men do cry. That's right, real men do cry. But anyway, so we're just trying to inspire, for those people that didn't get the perfect beginning to the childhood. And all, well, even I shouldn't say perfect, because we love Gabe to death, and he's perfect in our eyes, and he's perfect to everybody that we know. So yeah, very blessed to have a lot of people around. But like the McLindon Foundation, I don't have the bike outside right now, but we went from that bike to a much nicer, perfectly adapted to Gabe bike, which there's still no words for that one, but and then also I hate to always just say his name, but I just know his name more. But Kevin Baxter and his whole team at the 3T Sports, they've been a big help. They were actually the ones who funded the first bike that we had, so that was a big blessing. To never meet people, but then they care enough to give. So that's a big one. But anyway, so I guess just the first part of the video is that it is possible. Even if you can't afford every part of it, or you don't know all of it, YouTube it. I YouTube the heck out of everything. My wife probably hates me for that for a lot of times, but I mean, just knowing how to cut PVC pipe, YouTube. Knowing how to do all that, YouTube. It's you just have to make sure you find the right video, because some of them are a little misleading. But that, and just father-in-laws and mother-in-laws and family members that know how to do it, and I've basically kind of learned from them doing it. But yeah, so but yeah, the McLindon Foundation, 3T Sports, and all of them, and I'm sure there's more people that I'm leaving out, but they're a big part of people's lives for that reason, for just giving support, you know. And it's amazing what a thank you or just it's not enough words for them, you know. But and they're very gracious, so they're very, very awesome people. But anyway, so and also, if y'all have a suggestion for a video, like, hey, how could I make this for this, I'll try. You know, I'm not gonna say no. I'll give it a shot and see if I can help you make it. But I mean, I'm not saying I'm gonna be right next to you, but maybe I can make a video that can point you in the right direction or something. But yeah, so just don't let the storms in life, you know, the whole storm about to happen in the background, just don't let them get you down, because we're like a lot of people. We have a stack of bills in the ballpark of about that high a month, something like that. But that's just how it goes, you know. But yeah, so, and it's not a complaint, I'm just letting you know that you're not the only ones out there that have the bills, so just keep your head up. But anyway, so one of my next videos, we'll start kind of maybe looking into this wheelchair, and start at the very bottom of the frame, and just, well, actually I'm going to start and show you how to cut a piece of PVC pipe, because a lot of videos don't actually go over that. They just magically have sections of PVC pipe that are cut, you know. Hey, how do you actually do that? So I'm going to try and show you that too. So but anyway, that, and we'll see if my camera skills get better as time goes on. But anyway, from Gabe's daddy, and mommy's at work right now, but that's right, we work our butts off to provide, so but we all do. So but anyway, so we'll see you in the next one. Oh, and the YouTube channel that I'm actually making for this, for projects just like this, I'm pretty sure, I just made it so it's fresh in my mind, but it should be Sndiy Projects. Basically, it stands for Special Needs Do-It-Yourself Projects. So I don't know, it was the easiest name I could come up with that was short. But you can look it up and feel free to subscribe, whatever. Trust me, I am not shooting to get paid for all this, because it would take millions of subscribers, and one day that might actually happen, but I don't really care. Truthfully told, if I made money off of this, I just give it to one of the foundations. So but anyway, so we'll see you in the next one. Yeah, I know.